we should be. I should note Macon, the city of Macon here, Bibb County, actually just reported its early absentee vote, and Joe Biden got a big batch from there, so that did bring him back a little bit closer. But obviously, it is all in this Atlanta metro area. You're talking about Fulton County. Let's give you a sense here. 230,000 votes or so estimated, left to be coming in here. And again, you see the margin Biden's running at, even with the same day vote, seems to be doing extremely well. And then how about this one? And next door, DeKalb County, 277,000 votes to come in. Again, this might even be a stronger area for Joe Biden. So there are still, it's 500,000 votes between those two places. When you're looking at about a million left here statewide to come, we think, well, there is still some movement there. But again, we're just trying to get a grip of exactly how many ballots we're talking about in this area. Exactly what that split is still unclear in some places between the same day and the others. It's definitely a Biden area here. It's definitely going to bring this margin significantly closer. The question is, how big is that burst going to be for Joe Biden here? That's what we're trying to get a grip on. And again, this has been, we said, the election night like no other. And this is the thing I say all night, looking at Georgia and every other state. It's trying to figure out, trying to determine, are we looking at early vote? Are we looking at same-day vote? Because there's just been an enormous difference between the two. And frankly, it's not always clear immediately what we're looking at. I haven't done an election like this before.
Steve, let me just run something by you in terms of the way I understand what we're expecting in terms of the time horizon for this election. As far as I can tell, it seems like we're not a million miles away from a result in Florida and Texas. I'm not talking about NBC News characterizations or anything. I'm just thinking about the amount of the vote that's in. It seems to me like we don't necessarily have dire or super long-term expectations for Arizona, Minnesota, Nevada, Iowa. Like, it doesn't seem like there's any reason to expect that those will be super long horizons. But we are getting explicit, not just warnings, but almost promises that it's going to be multiple days before we get results in Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I mean, you just heard the report on Georgia. Yeah. So, there's also, I would just say, I don't want to forget about this, but let me call it back up here. North Carolina remains uncalled. The margin is 76,000 votes for Donald Trump. Remember, the ballots that are in the mail right now that were postmarked, they will still be counted. We don't know how many there are. So that's another variable we're trying to figure out. How many more ballots are going to come in North Carolina? Could that still plausibly affect the outcome in North Carolina at about 75,000 vote margin? In Wisconsin, we are hearing, I'll show you Milwaukee County here, and I think you were talking about this earlier, core Democratic area, you see a lot of vote left to come. This happened in the 2018 midterm election. I think it was sometime around this point in the night of the 2018 midterm election. We suddenly got from the city of Milwaukee. We got their absentee vote all reported at once, and it completely changed the race to Democrat and the governor's race, and those votes were reported. I think sometime leading here about 4 in the morning or so, I think we're going to get the mail-in vote all over Milwaukee. So that could potentially be a very big piece of the puzzle in Wisconsin. If you're just looking at the Trump lead over Biden here, if you look back to the 2016 level, the Democrats supported even in Milwaukee County, that would basically erase that Trump lead, that Trump advantage right now. There are other counties here that Trump is still gaining some voting here, but I think that's going to be a big one. You are seeing a lot of the vote come in, but the big wild card in Wisconsin, I got the sheet right here, is some of these counties, some of the municipalities, big cities within counties like Milwaukee, count up their mail-in vote, count up their absentee vote as separate places, and report it all out late. And that's what happened in Milwaukee back in 2018, that governor's race, when Tony Evers won it. And so there are a number of places here. I'm just looking, in Milwaukee County, you got a few, Waukesha County. I think there's 38 or there's 39 of these. These are municipalities, generally larger places that do that sort of separate from the county. And those can come in later in a lot of cases. And I think Milwaukee's going to be one of them.
Steve Kornacki, thank you very much. Let's go to our friend Kurt McCaskill, forming us from the great state of Missouri. He started off this night quite confident and who has retained the same smile and look of confidence over the course of the night as lots of other people who are across the board.
Wow. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a little close. I feel like it's your
And I think there'll be other states that he will flip, and it will all be fine. I'm kind of with James Carville. Everybody chill. Put away the sharp instruments. We're going to be fine. I am more worried about the Senate. Although interestingly, in Montana, I just took a look, and Steve Bullock has the same number of votes as Donald Trump in Montana, with half the vote counted. 6,000 more votes than Joe Biden. Now you say, well, 6,000, that's not that much, but this is Montana. 6,000 is a lot. So the fact that he is running ahead of Joe Biden by that much may break the streak we've seen where these Senate races all fall in line with how people are voting at the top of the ticket.
Claire, first of all, I'm still recovering from my blow against North Carolina, and I hope that North Carolina ends up being the story of the night. I love North Carolina. I really didn't mean to run afoul of anybody in North Carolina. But the fact is that the Biden campaign is in the exact same sort of place and mood that they were in over the weekend, where their number one path to 270 is to resurrect the blue wall of Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. That plan not thwarted, not delivered any setback other than needing a little more time. After that, it gets a little more murky. Can you talk about what, and we should say that would be all they need, especially if Arizona continues to look the way it looks right now. But can you just sort of bring it back to the facts, bring it back to the map?
Well, we were giddy because the map felt like it was expanding. And I think we still have a polling problem in this country. We thought that they had made adjustments and the polling was now absolutely correct. Based on polling, it looked like there were all kinds of different paths we could get there. As it turned out, the one true path is the path that they were most focused on. Give this campaign credit. Joe Biden didn't go to Texas. Everyone was screaming, Joe Biden, go to Texas. Go, Joe Biden, go to Texas. They knew they had to keep their eye on the prize, which were those three states. And those three states, I believe, will deliver the presidency to Joe Biden, just as his campaign plan.
Can I ask you really quickly, Claire, about Arizona? Even though I know it wasn't in the original plan, but it does look like a state that's very promising for Joe Biden. And also in that Senate race, where it does, look very promising also for Mark Kelly. In the end, I'm getting some sort of Trump world people who are texting that they already feel like, Donald Trump is who doomed that state because of his relentless attacks on John McCain. Will that end up being one of the stories, that Donald Trump's obsession with the late Senator McCain may be the thing that actually, in the end, if it plays out that way, gives Joe Biden that extra state that he needs?
It could be. Obviously, all this campaign was about is flipping states that went for Donald Trump to Joe Biden. I believe, I know other places have already called Arizona for Joe Biden. I believe that will go in his column without a doubt. And so that's one. And he needs just a few others to flip. And the ones that he's got left are easier than Arizona.
Yeah. I need to jump in here for a second. NBC News is going to change slightly the characterization of the race in one state. It relates to the state of Minnesota. Now, it has been too early to call there. It remains too early to call in the state of Minnesota, but NBC is now adding the characterization that Joe Biden leads in Minnesota. Again, this would not be a flip for the Democrats. In 2016. But the Trump campaign has been gunning for it, and again, the NBC News characterization at this hour is that
knowing Minnesota. Amy Klobuchar knows Minnesota. I mean, like she could recite to you every library address in every county of every state. This is someone who is very close to her state. She is very confident about what the results will be in Minnesota, and I believe Amy.
In terms of what we are expecting to hear over these next few days there, talk to me about the mental health of Democrats. While the even Wisconsin and Pennsylvania results remain outstanding over a couple of days. That's what happens. And it might not be those states, it might be Georgia, maybe some other things. But talk to me about how Democrats and Republicans might approach that kind of delay differently. And we're watching here as Joe Biden's motorcade LA arrives for his expected election next week.
Yeah, I think that will be fine. I mean, obviously, I think you will have some folks that if we do not win the House race, and if we do not come out, really then focus on this runoff in Georgia. Clearly, carrying the Senate was a very important thing for the Democratic Party in this election. And clearly, there have been some disappointments in the Senate race. So the mental health around that is probably going to be as difficult as, or maybe even more difficult than the reality that we're going to have to be patient. And I think Joe Biden will always be patient. These votes are going to be counted. They've been cast. They're fully protected. We have good lawyers if Trump tries to pull tricks. And ultimately, the people who voted in those states are going to decide who the President of the United States is.
We are going to hear from Joe Biden, I think, quite shortly. Again, we just saw that motorcade shot in Delaware. But we should shoot it over to Ryan here in terms of what we're expecting over these next few minutes. Well, I have a question from the a statement along the lines of what we are bound to hear from a prominent national politician at a nervous moment to a national television audience as we see a kind of drive-in vigil outside this same venue where Biden accepted the nomination. Tell us, Nicole, what your first two paragraphs would say.
Well, first I just tell you, the three presidential campaigns that I worked on, only one had a result on an election night. In 2000 and 2004, there wasn't a result. And 2004 was the most similar situation to tonight. Mike McCurry, who worked on the Kerry Edwards campaign, and we were the back channel, and we sort of created a dynamic where we talked to both our candidates, and no one said anything that night. This is a different situation. I would imagine Joe Biden will call on his supporters to say, come on, to keep say, and then let's look at it.
Well, look at this talking about NBC News is projecting Donald Trump will be the ultimate winner in Florida, and it's 29 electoral votes. Running right now 51-2 to 47-8, separated by just shy of 400,000 votes in what has just become such a hugely valuable, influential, and for the Democrats, vexing state. As Claire McCaskill and others have pointed out tonight to soothe the anxieties of her fellow Democrats, this was never a projected Biden state. It was on the wish list. It was hoped for. You don't send Barack Obama into a state you don't want. But the candidate himself did not make it a personal priority, preferring instead to concentrate on that blue wall we've been discussing, the very same blue wall that may take days to determine.
Please welcome Vice President Joe Biden and Dr. Jill Biden.
Hello. Good evening. Your patience is commendable. We knew this was going to go long, but who knew we're going to go into maybe tomorrow morning, maybe even longer. But look, we feel good about where we are. We really do. I'm here to tell you tonight, we believe we're on track to win this election. We knew because of the unprecedented early vote and the mail-in vote, it was going to take a while. We're going to have to be patient until the hard work of tallying the votes is finished. And it ain't over till every vote is counted. Every ballot is counted. But we're feeling good. We're feeling good about where we are. We believe one of the nets has suggested we've already won Arizona, but we're confident about Arizona. That's a turnaround. We also just called it for Minnesota, and we're still in the game in Georgia, although that's not one we expected. And we're feeling real good about Wisconsin and Michigan. And by the way, it's going to take time to count the votes. We're going to win Pennsylvania. I've been talking to folks in Philly, Allegheny County, Scranton, and they're really encouraged by the turnout and what they see. Look, you know, we could know the results as early as tomorrow morning, but it may take a little longer. As I've said all along, it's not my place or Donald Trump's place to declare who's won this election. That's the decision of the American people. But I'm optimistic about this outcome. And I want to thank every one of you who came out and voted in this election. And by the way, Chris Coons and the Democrats, congratulations here in Delaware. Pardon? Hey, John, the Gov, yeah, the whole team, man. You've done a great job. I'm grateful to the poll workers, to our volunteers, our canvassers, everyone who participated in this democratic process. And I'm grateful to all my supporters here in Delaware and all across the nation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And folks, you heard me say it before. Every time I walk out of my grandpa's house up in Scranton, he'd yell, "Joey, keep the faith." And my grandma, when she was alive, yelled, "No, Joey, spread it. Keep the faith, guys. We're going to win this." Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your patience is great. Let's walk over here.
cousin.